What next? Really? What next? So, So Pennzoil, in the past decade, over the course of a decade, has upped their game. Not only do they have a platinum full synthetic, they also have a ultra platinum full synthetic. Now, since then, Valvoline has recently come out with a replacement for the extended protection. They're both premium full synthetic, according to Valvoline. But this one is Restore and Protect versus extended protection. Okay. And at the bottom, it says up to 100% deposit removal with active clean technology. From my research on the internet, this thing takes over, I think it's 4. It might be on the back of the bottle. Okay, premium full synthetic restores and protects. Renew, restore, repeat. The first to actively restore engines and protect against future damage. LSAC GF6, API SP, API SN with SN Plus. I read it online somewhere. I can't remember where it was. And I may have even heard some people on YouTube mention it. But this takes up to 4 oil changes for you to see 100% cleanliness. 4 oil changes. Okay, alright, 4 oil changes. I'm not a chemist. I don't know what's in it. You know? So, but I've had heard there are 2 companies that can tell you the breakdown of the oil. That would be Blackstone and what is this other company? I can't think of the name of it, but it's associated with a guy named Lake Speed Jr. He's got a lot of videos. I've been watching him lately because he gets in. When you listen to somebody like Ford Boss, you get the details of how well the oil's supposed to work. But when you listen to Lake Speed, he breaks it down and tells you why it works the way it works. So like with Ford Boss, I've always heard him mention how great Pennzoil is. Well, if you take that same oil and you go over to Lake Speed's channel and look at one of his videos, he will go a little further, and he'll try to explain to you the chemical makeup of the oil, what's in it, how much benzene, why they put the benzene, how much zinc, phosphorus, why the chemicals are distributed in certain percentages in order to get a certain effect. But yeah, I like both of those guys. Very educational. But I was out shopping today. You know, winter season is coming, so I wanted to get ready. I was out shopping today, And of course, I went to the automotive section. First of all, I had to go grab some sockets, because evidently nothing I have, the oil change sockets, the oil cap sockets that I have, do not fit. So I went and got some heavy duty short well sockets. I forget exactly how many. I'm moving around a lot today, but I know they're between 19 and 24. So I should be covered between 19 millimeters and 24 millimeters. Man, just when I thought I had the right tools for the job, it turns out I'm outdated. Speaking of outdated, over the past month I have learned new information. Well, it's new to me. A lot of people might know it already, but I didn't. And when I heard it about it, I'm like, okay, that's weird. So there are 4 companies that produce all of the additive packages. Just 4. Only 4. Well, okay, alright. Well, one of them has the Chevron symbol on it. I'm like, oh, okay, so Chevron owns that company. And there's 3 more. I can't really pronounce the names of them. You'd have to go to an oil analyst, a professional. But one particular one was mentioned. It's co-owned by none other than Mobil. Mobil 1 Motor Oil. The same motor oil that according to certain people, it has less effectiveness than Pennzoil Platinum, and definitely less effectiveness than Platinum Ultra. So I'm listening to Ford Boss, and he's showing the numbers, and he's breaking it down, how much moly, how much zinc, phosphorus, the breakdown, percentage, all that good stuff. Viscosity breakdown, that's what I was trying to say. So certain oils break down quicker than others. The base oils are usually the same, but the additive package that they put in there is different. Some oils are better at cleaning, some oils are better at protecting. Some do both, but not at a high level. It may have something to do with the fact that all oil, regardless of how good it is, breaks down. It's going to experience viscosity breakdown, and it's going to leave you with some just regular oil. Who wants that? So this company that makes the additive packages has different members, of course. Well, one of the companies, oil companies that owns them, that has stock in this company, is Mobil 1. And I'm watching this video, and I'm thinking to myself, why? If they own their own, if they own a company that actually makes the additive package, why are people still shooting on Mobil 1? Why come they can't just come out with a better version? I mean, Pennzoil did it. So I watched another video. I'm starting to get intrigued about oil composition and how it reacts to certain metals, how it reacts with certain motors. Somebody was saying that a lot of times the manufacturers don't all use the same materials for the piston rings, so some oils react better with certain engines. Interesting. I need to do more research. Now I'm really interested. So who owns what, and what are they doing? All this to say the additive company is in part owned by Mobil 1, who is partnered with Pennzoil. You might say, well, Pennzoil, why would they partner with Pennzoil? Well, that's a very good question, and I have a very good answer. There is a company that buys oil, refines it, breaks it down, and extracts gas from it. Some people have said when you buy your fuel additives that you should buy the ones with the, what is it, PEA? I believe it's PEA or PAE. Well, this company is known worldwide for their gas. Not the gas additive, but they use the that same additive can be found in their gas. And a lot of fuel additive companies, they use it too. None other than the famous Shell lubrication. Shell gas company, fuel company, whatever you want to call it. Shell is partnered up with Exxon. Exxon owns Mobil, Shell owns Pennzoil. And that's how the two are related. They both have a stake in this company that makes additives. Oh, but before the end of the video, when they're talking about Shell, when they get to the segment about Shell, they mentioned that Shell doesn't just own Pennzoil. Shell owns Quaker State. Evidently, Quaker State and Pennzoil got into a relationship, and at some point, Shell took over both of these fine products. But for some reason, last year when I was looking for a low-grade oil to put in the Chevy Malibu, I found Quaker State. I said, oh, full synthetic, huh? I'll try it. Not bad. Not bad. But I was wondering, fast forward to this year, and I was wondering, Shell is one of the biggest names in lubrication and fuel. So if they own Pennzoil and Quaker State, why is it that everybody knows Quaker State, everybody knows Pennzoil, and the work on my back. And the work that they've been doing, switching over to full synthetic. Then, at some point, they came out with the platinum. Now they have the full synthetic, the platinum, and they have the ultra platinum. And in all this time, everywhere I went, I just saw regular Quaker State synthetic, and Quaker State high mileage. Believe me when I say I almost passed it up. As I'm going through the oil aisle, I see the Pennzoil, and no, I already have a quart of Pennzoil Platinum. So I'm looking up and down like, okay, do they actually carry the Ultra Platinum? I don't see a tag for it. I don't see no product, no tag. Okay, I'll go to the Valvoline. All I see is Valvoline Extended Protection. No Restore and Protect. I'm like, dang, they still selling the old stuff. Like, how in the heck is it all over the internet about all these new versions of these oils, and when you go into the store, you still see all the old stuff? I've only been to 2 spots where they actually had the Valvoline Restore and Protect. One was, what was it? Advanced Auto. I forgot what the other one was. It wasn't a regular auto parts store. I think it was like, well, I can't say it was Walmart. I don't remember the name of this place. It's right on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, most of the places that I went do not have the latest version of these oils. They don't have the Ultra, and they don't have the Restore and Protect. So, as I'm going down the aisle, I see the Quaker saying, I'm having memories like, oh man, that was a pretty decent oil. It wasn't the greatest, but it was pretty decent. It didn't get a lot of the dirt and grime. Well, yeah, I should say it did, because I did oil filter tests, and man, some of them oil filters, wow, they were pretty messed up. It got a considerable amount of dirt out. Carbon buildup that had already broke down. It got a lot of that out, and it clogged up my filters. But after so many miles, the knocking came back. And I'm like, dang. But I can say that I didn't have to put another quart of oil. It wasn't burning oil. The Quaker State was not burning oil. It just didn't last as long as I wanted it to. So if I had took a shorter interval, I probably wouldn't have had that problem. And to bring all this around full circle, Shell owns Pennzoil and Quaker State. My question was, why is it that that Pennzoil is getting all the accolades and attention, while the little brother or little sister, I don't know, while Quaker State just has plain old full synthetic? My question has been answered. Quaker State, I don't know when this happened, but I periodically go to Walmart to check out the oil, any new developments that they have. And they now have an Ultimate Protection full synthetic. Not only that, I believe it's rated for not 10,000, 20,000 miles. Compared to the Pennzoil Platinum, which is 15,000 miles. If anybody can break this down and let me know what's going on here, I'd greatly appreciate it. Lake Speed Jr., chime in. You're one of the best in the business. I could use your input. Ford Boss, you always recommend the Pennzoil. I could use your input. You know, I'm in not theologian mode, but I like to theorize why companies do what they do, and then come up with examples as to how far off was I from my theory, if that makes sense. So, Quaker State, Pennzoil, Mobil 1 are now in the same family. But each child is doing their own thing. Pennzoil, of course, must be the oldest out of the three children, because everybody knows Pennzoil. Some people in certain areas know Mobil. All the old school people know Quaker State, and they probably say Quaker State is crap and ain't never gonna be nothing but crap. But they're trying to upgrade their image. I like that. Like I said, I used Quaker State in the past, but it was only full synthetic. It got a lot of gunk crap out of the engine. Not as much as I would like, but it worked. And as far as the oil filters, a lot of those oil filters were half synthetic. They were synthetic blends. The only ones that I really didn't have major problems with was the Wix XP, the Fram Titanium, and crazy as it sounds, the Mobil 1 oil filter. It buckled, but it didn't cave in. It doesn't have any, the filter that I had didn't have the wire around it. It was a straight filter and that O-ring. That was it. Didn't have that wire mesh going around. Didn't have a little hard plastic cage on the inside. And yet, as thick and nasty as it was, it buckled. You could see where it almost gave up, but it held firm. And I'm going back and forth through oil changes, using different oils. And yeah, I would put Quaker State on the low end by standing on its own merit. I would put them on the low end, but at the same time, come on now. You in the same family with Pennzoil. You gotta. It's time to put the big boy drawers on. Now, I'm interested in knowing how well this ultimate protection works. If anybody has tried it, what was your experience? If anybody wants to send it off to the lab for testing, Let me know what the results was. I definitely want to know. Is Quaker State secretly trying to keep up with Pennzoil? Or are they just admiring their older sibling? I don't know. Anyway, that's enough of my ranting for today. You guys get out, have a good time. I'll see you out on the road.